It all started with a vision of a bank. We are a dynamic and caring team of bold, smart, and self-driven professionals committed to make the difference for our customers, shareholders, community, and union bankers by creating meaningful and innovative services and solutions delivered consistently with integrity and passion. We make the diff. The strategic niche of Union Bank's philanthropy and corporate social responsibility is values development, as it's focused in developing our people and nation. The Millennium Development Goals set by the United Nations Millennium Summit in 2000 became our global perspective. To achieve universal primary education is one of their goals. Its target is to produce independent readers, reading being a survival skill. If you cannot read, you cannot learn. Ominously, in the Philippines, we have a dismal situation. 95% of Filipino children enter public elementary school, but 15% drop out before grade 2 and another 10% drop out by the end of 3rd grade. Due to problems of health and nutrition, only 56% complete elementary school. The quest of Union Bank and union bankers for ways of contributing to the task of improving society and the lives of Filipinos began. And to formalize this commitment, Union Bank, with the generous support of its board of directors, allocated 1% of its net income to social and community development projects.
The speech on the Philippine educational system by then Department of Education Under Secretary Juan Miguel Luz was pivotal in making us consider working and investing in the public school system. His framework of private and public partnerships, provoking a variety of options in delivering education, the thesis of philanthropy and CSR as social investments, of giving strategically, investing in building system or platform capacity rather than projects, and the goal of every child a reader, made us think of possibilities of developing our youth as productive citizens of our country.
Our journey started with a modest quest of creating only one big book, a reading book in English, applying the pedagogical techniques of the four-pronged approach, which uses storytelling as a springboard for engaging the pupils' minds, imagination comprehension, providing them the experience of enjoying reading and learning. But for us, values formation is strategic, and therefore, the story had to be of substance. We also wanted the story couched in poetry, because poems are mnemonic and easily committed to memory, and the values in verse form can be taken to heart. And we really desire this book for the Filipino child to be a beautiful book, printed in full color on quality coated paper, delighting the Filipino child. On August 12, 2005, the public-private partnership of DepEd NCR and Union Bank CSR was forged. Values education, love of country and nation building, and enabling reading competency to make every Filipino child an independent reader. By January 12, 2006, we called an author-illustrator Marcy Dansley in Davao to communicate to her the full context of our envisioned book. By January 2006, Marcy emailed to Union Bank 2 manuscript drafts, one of which was the poem, As a Filipino, which she explained as a simple poem written for young Filipinos to inculcate in them the values that are intrinsic to the Philippine Constitution. The poem is written to make it easy for young readers to understand the abstract concepts behind the idea of good citizenship. The As a Filipino storybook, conceptualized by Maria Gonzalez Goolsby, is composed as a poem in both English and Filipino, consisting of 16 Filipino values. This storybook is therefore not only one story, but many stories. The As a Filipino Teacher's Handbook and the As a Filipino Student's Workbook serve as instructional components of our quest, which had evolved into the As a Filipino Learning System for teaching developmental reading integrated with values education for good citizenship. These UnionBank initiatives were coordinated with the enthusiastic and very capable DepEd NCR Director, Teresita G. Dumolanta, because the initial implementation of the project is the DepEd National Capital Region, using the As a Filipino storybook and workbook. This handbook was designed and written as a self-instructional manual for teachers. It is also a do-it-yourself implementation based on reading, understanding and knowing the rational and the step-by-step instructions, activities, evaluation and assessment of the teaching and learning occurring in the school. The As a Filipino learning system is in compliance with the learning competencies set by the Department of Education. The poem As a Filipino has also been set to music.
Hand in arm in arm, we must not do each other harm.
On October 24 to 25, 2007, UnionBank launched the As a Filipino learning system. This program is UnionBank's concrete response to DepEd's desire to zero out the non-readers across all grade levels, improve the reading performance of every child, and inculcate Filipino values enshrined in the Constitution. The As a Filipino learning system aims to develop pupils' basic reading skills and comprehension, which will serve as the foundation for lifelong learning. This is integrated with values education because they need moral wisdom. It includes good traits, ethical standards, and character formation, distinguishing between right and wrong, and rights, duties, and responsibilities. A way to live. The As a Filipino Teachers Congress saw one of the biggest gatherings of public school educators at the Philippine International Convention Center. The Congress was held on two separate but identical sessions to accommodate the 2,500 teachers per day. As our frontline partner, the public school teachers play a most significant role in the implementation of this project. It is UnionBank's gift to the Filipino child and to the Filipino teacher who will play the dual roles of mentor and model to that child. The As a Filipino learning system was rolled out on November 5, 2007, and it concluded in January 2008. Dr. Cornelia Soto of the Ateneo Teachers Center has been commissioned to conduct an independent program impact assessment research study. The entire 210,000 Grade 2 NCR pupils went through a post-program evaluation test to measure the effectiveness of the As a Filipino learning system. We appreciate the tremendous effort UnionBank has extended to create an entire learning system that can really impact on the way we teach both reading and values to our children, said DepEd NCR Regional Director Teresita G. Dumolanta. The Honorable Jeslie A. Lapus noted that we look forward to seeing this learning system become a must-use material in all our public elementary schools. Through the As a Filipino learning system, UnionBank has gained the trust and approval of the various stakeholders in the Philippine public school system as a private institution that places high value in basic education reform.